Let's do it now.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Welcome to a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name's Neil.
I'm Chris.
He's the one that just opened the beer. If you heard it, yes, he just, sip on that beer. Oh, you're such a beautiful man when you sip on beer.
I wonder if people really hate us drinking on mic. You know, because I know I don't, Mike, because that's irritating. But I don't know if drinking is the same way, or people will feel like they're part of with us if they're listening to it and they hear.
Hopefully they're partying with us. I mean, unless you're listening to this at work, please don't drink at work unless you're allowed to. I mean,
drink a hint.
Drink a hint. Yeah. They're not our sponsor, dude. Don't tell me to say people.
I'm waiting for them to call me.
So. You're ready. All right. This episode, we're going to be covering two of the big movies out this past weekend. First, we're going to be covering the one that is from the state that I live in, the one, the only Stillwater, featuring the one, the only, he's so sexy, you got to say his name almost 3 times. It's Matt Damon, Matt Damon, Matt Damon.
He seems like a real good guy. I hope he doesn't mind me calling him Brian instead of Agent Shepard. I might even try Bry out. This must be very different for him, talking to a guy like me instead of a bank robber or a drug dealer. I could see us fishing or whatever. What a good listener. You don't meet one of those every day.
That's good from The Informant, because that's how it's...
The Informant.
No, it's with the social markets. It's The Informant. You gotta say it like that.
Yeah. It's one of the best movies he's ever done, and he is really big on talking about that movie. I just listened to the pod.
I had a clip from Good Will Hunting, but it's going to be a minute and a half, so sorry, guys. It's a scene where he's talking to the NSA and why he doesn't want to do the job.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's just really difficult to grab something from Good Will Hunting. All right, his counterpart in the movie, he plays Bill Baker. His counterpart is Camille Cotton.
Do you know why I love you, Villanelle? Because you're an agent of chaos. And I love chaos. Chaos disrupts. It rips apart and starts again. It's like a forest fire. It burns, clears. It's monstrous, but it's beautiful.
She plays Virginie, Camille Cotton, in this movie.
Yes. And then playing his daughter, the great...
Abigail Breslin.
Say her name.
Abigail Breslin.
There you go.
Only like 100 times.
Well, we're going to go there together someday.
You know, I actually think I'm going to go shoot this right now. I think I saw some Z's down by the reflecting pool.
Well, I'll go with.
I'm going to go by myself.
It's Christmas.
It's not fucking Christmas. It's November 17th.
From Zombieland 2 Double Tap, one of the few sequels that is as good, if not better, than the first.
The first. Yeah. And I know one of your favorite movies of all time is Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, it is, actually.
And I literally, when she played Olive in that movie, I literally listened to maybe about an hour's worth of clips to see if I could find an Olive clip. But all her clips were just really short, really like, but Grandpa said, or something like that, it was very a couple letters.
Well, it was real quippy, so it's like real quick, so everything just goes back and forth. So it's hard to find a soliloquy or something a bit longer that she could say in that movie. And
even the part where she says Grandpa's ashes or Grandpa's in the trunk of their car, and she does that little 9-year-old, cherry pie dance that, it's really awkward and weird and funny at the same time.
Yeah.
That was not even long enough for more than 5 seconds. So I tried. But that's the first movie. That is Stillwater. We'll talk about that first. Mm-hmm. And then the big sexy movie of the week, the one, the only, given to us from the great director, James Gunn.
Our savior now.
The savior. The Suicide Squad, featuring Margot Robbie.
Good job, dude.
Well, you know what? If you can come up with $5,000 for a costume for me, then I won't have to make one. Till then, just stay out of my face.
Maybe you're just not as good as you think. Maybe you should pick another sport.
Suck my dick.
So that's her playing Tanya Harding. I imagine we could have probably picked something from the Suicide Squad, like the previous one, Suicide Squad, but why not?
Yeah. No. Why did I?
We're
pick
showing
that?
range.
Why did I pick that?
We're showing range.
Why did we pick that?
Because that's the first episode we did was on I, Tanya.
First episode we ever did of this podcast was I, Tanya,
I'm
and
going back to listen to that,
Last
dude.
Jedi.
I'm going back to listen to that. Unlistenable.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Gosh,
yeah.
we suck. Maybe we should just drop those first 20
Yeah.
off, man.
No, I'm really. I'd consider dropping the ones before we had this nice setup we have now, like the
Right.
Roadcaster. I was thinking about because I've had it since probably 50 episodes. But you know what? You know what? We'll keep them there for posterity's sake. But only the ones on the website will have the ones with the Roadcaster. I'll do that this weekend.
If you want to. All right. Idris Elba is also in this movie.
You betrayed us! You gonna keep planning missions, ways to find Max until you got us all killed? No. Yes! I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. No, you wanted your revenge. You're face to face with the big bad wolf, that voice on the radio, all that bullshit. Now I get to walk away.
What is that from, dude? What movie is that from?
That is from Losers, the other DC movie that he has made. That it was a DC superhero movie that has Chris Evans. It has oh gosh, what's her name? Zoe playing Gamora.
Oh god damn.
Yeah, and then like
Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff gosh dang Negan from Walking Dead is in it as well.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people that later on became very popular in superhero movies.
Okay.
That was the first superhero movie those all guys did. And then we can't forget the one, the only, the 15-time WWE World Champion, John Cena!
Just going through the laundry.
Uh-huh.
Found these new thongs. You know what I'm going to do with these? Paging Dr. Muff Diver. Dr. Muff Diver, you need an OR. Immediately. Emergency surgery. Later on tonight, I'm tearing these up with my teeth like an old school cartoon billy goat.
Honey. Rachel. Those are your daughters.
So that's I cut it there because it's like perfectly cut screams from Reddit, you know. So yeah. Well, and there's one other guy in this who we had to take.
Yeah, and
note.
that's from Blockers, by the way.
Yeah.
Joe Kinnaman. Amazing.
Now I know why we couldn't get an arrest. Because Valen was protected from up on high.
Alex, I can explain.
You tipped him off today.
Come on, man. Don't
You tried
do
to
this.
kill me twice. I trusted you. And you destroyed my family. Confess. Now, in front of everyone. Confess!
It's from the remake of RoboCop from 2014.
Yeah, so I watched that yesterday because I was like, you know, when I was doing all these clips and stuff like that, I was like, oh man, I didn't know he played RoboCop. I didn't know that's who because that was in 2014 way before we did a podcast.
I was looking at the whole movie, I'm like, I recognize that guy from somewhere. He's been in a lot of shit that you don't realize, but he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah. And to be honest, without comparing it to RoboCop from 89 or 87 like I did the first time I watched it, it was okay. It's an all right movie.
I haven't seen it because again, RoboCop's a little bit before my time actually. Like
you never seen the original RoboCop?
I mean on TV, like you know, like it's edited.
Oh no. 87 RoboCop could only be seen in its full hard R rating. You got to see the gore. You got to see the guy going, I'll buy that for $1. You got to see all that shit.
I do remember that every criminal in there was like a punk rocker, like they had like mohawks and shit like that.
Yeah. And then Red, who is the father from that 70s show, is the villain.
Oh, okay.
Is the main villain.
Does he have hair in it?
Or one of the main villains. Yeah. Everybody else in this movie, I mean, it's the Suicide Squad. It's got everybody. It's got Michael Rooker, Viola Davis playing Amanda Waller, Nathan Fillion's in it playing TDK, Jay Courtney, Folan Borg, Pete Davidson, Stephen Blackheart, Sean Gunn.
Sly's in this.
Huh?
Sly's in this.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone does a voice in it. And we'll get to that here in a little bit because, I mean, I'm going to just dissect that motherfucker like I am a doctor, and this is a freaking what, laboratory?
Yeah, sure.
Is
That
that a
works.
laboratory?
I'll accept that.
And so yeah, if you guys are listening and you're watching, just make comments while we talk about stuff. First, we talk a little bit about our personal, then we're going to jump right into the movies. So first, how's your week been going?
Well, you visit us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We have Patreon, patreon.com/movies don't suck. We have a bonfire where you can buy merch with our faces or not at bonfire. Just search our name, Movies Don't Suck. It's something to do. We are also on streaming platforms. If you're watching us on YouTube, go and subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, go and like that page. And if you're listening to us somewhere you find podcasts, we're there. So, am I missing anything?
Oh, yeah. And if you're a small business, hit us up or have a friend with a small business.
I forgot. Go ahead.
Make sure. Go ahead and let us know. Like right now, I will promote a small business. These people did not pay a single dollar. I am doing this out of the kindness of my own heart because I want you to go there. I want you to support local businesses. Today's small business is Scott's Hamburgers. Scott Hamburgers is located at 15 West Dawes Avenue, Bixby, Oklahoma, 74008. Now, they are a small town hamburger joint, nothing big except for they are big in heart. So I'll read a review because there's really no information anywhere else. Scott's Hamburgers is a hidden jewel in downtown Bixby. Easy access. It's in the middle of downtown Bixby with many things to do in that old-fashioned small town community-like setting. The food here is awesome. They have great hamburgers. The onion rings are to die for, and they even serve biscuits and gravy and other great breakfast items. Literally, I had a hamburger and I had the onion rings, and oh my God, I had it when I was down there working an event for the radio stations, and it was just a great place, and it was really cheap, man. I'm talking like I think I spent like the amount of money I would spend at McDonald's. I spent there, and it was a real hamburger, a real food. You can look them up. They have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Scotts.hamburgers.
You guys can email us if you want to do old-fashioned way, info@moviesdon'tsuck.net or moviesdon'tsuckpodcast@gmail.com. So,
yeah, let's do all that stuff. So, okay, then, now let's get to it. How was your week?
It's fine, dude. I had a half a day off, so I went and saw a movie, and I got my oil changed.
Yeah, you saw...
you looked at your email?
No, it pops up. The email pops up automatically on my phone.
Oh, yeah, because I used the Movies Don't Suck podcast.
Calendar. Yeah. Use the calendar. And I was like, I'm not seeing a movie today.
I saw 9 Days. Have you seen the preview for
that? No, I haven't. Not yet. Which one is it?
It's it shows a picture of the afterlife where people have the chance to become alive if they go through the interview process 9 days. It's a really bizarre movie. It's pretty good, though. I'd recommend it. I mean, you can wait till it comes out on Amazon or Netflix because it's a tiny movie, but I'd recommend it. It's a really bizarre indie movie. It's got Zazie Beetz in it, which I was happy about. It's got Bill Skarsgård himself and a few other faces recognized. Yeah, it's a really bizarre movie, and I'm looking forward to what the director does next. But we're not talking about that. But how was your week, actually? Because I didn't ask you.
Well, let's see. I did a concert for our Christian rock station or Christian station on Friday. I worked 16.
I'm sure the guy was
16
nice,
hours straight.
The guy was nice, right?
Yeah, I drove around one of the talents, and dude was like a bucket full of sunshine. That's the best way I can describe him. Like, he was just like, he got in my car and he's like, hey, so what's your like favorite TV show? Do you like comic books and stuff? Mm-hmm. You know, you seem like you like, like he was just so nice. Mm-hmm. I just like, he's the kind of dude that he just doesn't seem like he's ever in a bad mood. Mm-hmm. And he was just so nice, such a good kid. And then yesterday I was like sitting around and I was like, man, wrestling's going to be in town tomorrow. Here in Tulsa, it's going to be Friday Night SmackDown. John Cena's going to be there, The Edge, and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, that'd be really cool if I had money to buy tickets. And then I remember I work in radio. So I just called someone at the radio station. I was like, hey, do we have any extra SmackDown tickets lying around? And he's like, yeah, let me send you 2. And I was like, all right. So you send them to me via my phone. So me and my wife are going to go see SmackDown tomorrow
Awesome.
night.
That's cool.
At the BOK Center.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I got my good friend, Mr. Riley's coming down Sunday night. And he's going to stay with me Sunday, Monday. And we're going to smoke some meat. And yeah,
you can smoke some other things too?
Smoking some meat. Well, I'm sure we will. We're in Oklahoma, sir. It's perfectly legal. I have my license. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into these movies because I feel like Suicide Squad is going to take up a lot of time.
Okay,
so let's get into the first one, Stillwater.
Stillwater, directed by Tom McCarthy. You guys would know previous Tom McCarthy films, fuck, can we pull this up? How am I doing this? Yeah, like Spotlight. He won.
Are you drunk? Are you drunk already? You only opened one beer, dude.
So he directed The Station Agent from 2003. That's actually Peter Dinklage's like breakout role, The Station Agent.
Yeah. Besides Game of Thrones.
But I was aware of Peter Dinklage at The Station Agent first. Win-Win, The Cobbler, which is not something we'll talk about, and Spotlight. Spotlight won Best Picture, right? And so, now he's directing Stillwater, starring the venerable Matt Damon.
He seems like a real good guy. I hope he doesn't mind me calling him Brian instead of Agent Shepard.
Yeah, and he plays the main, the main character, right? Plays
Bill Baker. Bill Baker.
Yeah, Bill Baker, and also stars Camille Cotton as Virginie.
Do you know why I love you, Villanelle?
That's good enough.
No. You always stop it before the actual sentence is said.
Right.
Play it again, and I'll mark you. Here you go.
Do you
Ready?
know why I love you, Villanelle? Because you're an agent of chaos.
Okay. Is that good?
Go.
Okay.
See, come on. I literally picked these clips for you.
Fine.
So it's a good long clip, but then you have a good short cutoff.
All right.
Gosh, dang it.
Also stars Abigail Breslin.
Only like 100 times.
Well, we're gonna go there together someday.
You know, I actually think I'm gonna go shoot this right now. I think I saw some Z's down by the reflecting pool.
I think I got it. And it also stars a bunch of French actors. I'm gonna try to see some.
Yeah, a lot of French people because this is basically based in France.
Yeah. Deanna Dunnigan, Annie Lenai, William Nathan, who I actually recognize, he played Patrick.
Right.
But why don't you go ahead and read that storyline, that one-sentence storyline, and we'll expound upon it.
A father travels from Oklahoma to France to help his estranged daughter who is in prison for a murder she claims she didn't commit.
So this obviously has a run through when it comes to that Amanda Knox case in Italy. Remember she was,
it's 100% based off. It's loosely based off the Amanda Knox case.
It was inspired by, I'd say.
Inspired by. It's just like saying the Green Knight was inspired by the Sir Gawain story.
Yeah, that's how
nowhere near the actual story. That's exactly what it is.
It's marketed as a thriller, which it's not. It's a hard drama, I'd call it. There's some thriller elements, sort of, and it gets a little dark, but it's not like a thriller like they say it is. But I'm gonna say one thing about this movie. One, Matt Damon is fucking amazing in it. His acting in it is he's not Matt Damon in this. He's Bill Baker. He's
yeah.
He
came down to Oklahoma and he worked with the Roughnecks, which are the oil drillers and stuff like that, for a little bit. And he said it took a couple days before they were like, I guess there's some guy named like Big Brad or Big Bill or something like that he met, that he showed up and he's like, are you going to do this like you did in that last oil movie you did? and he's like, no, I think you'll like this a lot better than that one, because the other one was talking about
Heartland, right? Last one where they're
I don't know, it's the one where about all the fracking.
Oh, Promised Land.
Yeah, Promised Land. And because I just heard Matt Damon talk about that on the podcast.
WTF with Mark Maron.
No, Armchair Expert with
Dak Shepard.
Dak Shepard.
Okay, I heard him. You're the Mark Maron review too, right?
Yeah. I haven't got to it yet. I can only fit in so much shit in my life, dude.
All right, dude.
Like today, I watched this morning when I woke up. While I was doing all the news segment, I was watching the Val.
Okay.
Movie. Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Is it good?
He recorded his entire life. He always had a camera.
Okay.
Because he loves filming.
Yeah, sure.
You should definitely watch that, dude.
Okay.
It's fucking amazing.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, this is about Matt Damon. His daughter, Allison, is.
Yeah. Sorry.
Allison is in jail for murder of a roommate, a friend, a lover. You'll figure that out during the movie. And he basically goes to France and finds out that no one's really helping her out. So he basically goes to toe out the dough for show.
Yeah,
for his daughter.
Yeah, and he gets help from Virginia and her daughter, cute little daughter Maya, to become a key part of the story of Stillwater. So I do want to say this. It's Bill Baker. He's the type of guy that I mean, I grew up in the South, so I know who this guy is. Basically, I've seen this guy everywhere.
He drinks his Bud Light. He likes a good medium rare steak and eats potatoes and loves his pickup truck and the country music.
Yeah, he does all that stuff.
He is down home boy.
Yeah, good old boy, as they'd say.
He's a good old boy.
So it's sort of like a fish out of water because he's in France and he's this guy. If Matt Damon wasn't as good as he was in this would get probably a significantly lower score from me. Because I honestly didn't like Abigail Breslin's acting in this at all. At all.
Who?
Abigail Breslin. I didn't like her acting in it.
Really?
No, I was not a fan of it.
I think she played a spoiled brat pretty well.
Yeah, she did, but
I don't know.
It could be
I don't know
me
what movie
projecting.
you're watching.
It could be me projecting about her, how she was, but I mean, this movie didn't do everything it could have for me.
No, I agree to this point. I agree with you.
Okay. But I want to explain what happened in the theater for me.
Okay, what happened in the theater for you?
So earlier the day,
were people talking?
Well, kind of, but this is more like this will be two things. So the first thing is that earlier that day, I ate cheddar peppers from Sonic, and they gave me diarrhea in the middle of the movie. So I had to get up twice. I maybe missed a grand total of 4 minutes of the movie, but I had to get up 2 or 3 times to relieve myself, and it was bad. And then the guy 2 seats over from me, and when he came in, I saw him drop a flask in his cup holder, and then a minute after the movie started, he just downed the whole fucking thing. So he got progressively drunker, and like everything that happened, he'd be like, "Oh no!" Like he'd be like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Oh my gosh, I hate people like that.
Yeah, that sort of thing like that. And I was like, okay, this guy's fucking drunk, wasted, watching Stillwater. So had diarrhea and a drunk guy next to me. So that's what I had the experience I had watching this movie.
That probably ruins that ruins any movie, dude. I could go watch like Star Wars and that would ruin it if I had diarrhea and a drunk guy just going, "Oh no!"
Or laughing way too hard at something that's playing. Yeah. So
all right. So my only dilemma with this movie is they get away from the subject a little too much for a little bit. There's an area in the movie where, I mean, I think they could have cut 20 minutes out of this movie.
I'm with you.
30 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little too long.
Yeah, and I understand they're trying to establish that that Bill's now hanging out in France. He's making all his friends.
Yeah.
You know, he's down in France where the naked ladies dance, and like, you know, trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out how to work that in today. Anyway, and I think that kind of took away from it because as soon as it just seemed like there's like a beginning and an ending part that you could easily just collide it together and made a movie.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like this middle part where I'm just like, I don't get why this middle part exists. Like, I don't get it. Like, I get you're maybe you're trying to feel for the character, maybe they're trying to give more disposition, but the thing is, it just seemed like all of a sudden it's like we're telling the story, kind of stops right here, and then we're telling this different story, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're back to this story.
Yeah, the editing was kind of wonky. The pacing was definitely not as tight as it could have been. And like I said, without Matt Damon's character, who gave so much depth to this role, it could have been...
Yeah, it's Matt Damon. Matt Damon saved this whole fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody else played that part or tried that part or anything, I really thought for most of the movie, I lost Matt Damon in the movie. I 100% thought he was a redneck from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And believe me, I've run into enough rednecks from Oklahoma to know what...
And we know Matt Damon's a good actor, but he really showed it off in this. I mean... Like, and I'm maybe speaking too soon, but I really kind of think it's an Oscar-worthy performance. The movie by no means is a perfect movie, but he threw himself into the role and he embodied.
It reminds me of Nomad.
Oh yeah, Nomad.
Where Nomad should not have been up for Best Picture, but it definitely, Francis McDormand definitely earned.
Yeah, Nomad Land was like it. That was a pretty middling movie, but Francis McDormand in Nomadland was incredible, and so this is sort of the same thing. But Stillwater, I don't think it's nominated. I think it left a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth, myself included, except for Matt Damon, who was the cherry in the bitter. You know what I mean? It's not an awful movie. But I'm not going to tell people to rush out and see it while it's still in theaters. We actually did this probably a couple weeks late on this one because we had so many other things to watch.
Just one week late. It's only 1 week.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 week late. But that's the same thing. I agree with you on that. This ain't a rush out and go see it, but if you do watch it, you enjoy acting and stuff like that. I think you'll enjoy the acting more than you'll enjoy the story.
It did squeeze a tear out of me. It squeezed at least one tear out of me.
Yeah. Especially the ending when they came to the conclusion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God damn.
When I was just like, man, really?
Yeah. Well,
fuck.
Okay, by the way,
that's weird.
Did it catch you by surprise?
That Matt Damon is a good actor?
No, I'm not giving anything away, but the ending, did it catch you? Did you expect everything that happened?
No, the only thing I expected was I knew, and I think I messaged you during the movie because I was the only one in the well, no, there's 4 other people. I was way in the back. That there's a picture they showed at a certain point.
Okay.
That I knew that was the picture they were going to use. And that's all I knew.
I knew where it was going halfway through. Halfway through, I knew where it was going. So, but anyway, yeah. If you guys want to wait for this on Netflix or Amazon, where it's at. Don't rush out and see it, but it's good. It's good enough to honestly see for Matt Damon's acting in this. He was incredible.
Right.
So
it's a good movie.
You got quotes?
All right, quote. I got a bunch of quotes, but I'll cut them down.
Cool.
I don't think Americans like change. I like that line. Everything is online. Can't get a real human being if you even try these days. There's a time for hope and a time for acceptance. The last thing you want to do is give your daughter false hope. She grew up poor, not rich. No, she's educated. Tell me how it works here because no one is doing shit for me. A bunch of fake news scumbags.
Oh, this had some political undertones for sure.
Yeah. Did you vote for Trump? No, I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, again, that death and that Damon brings the role. You didn't have to say it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Are you drinking? Are you using? No, I haven't done either. Hey, man, I write these in the theater, so some of them I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll use that. Maybe I will not use it, you know? Oh, here we go. This is my favorite line in the entire movie. You ready?
Yeah.
When I see what you guys eat, I understand why you pray before. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's for all Americans right there.
Yeah, I know. God,
she likes football, real football. These people are a bunch of babies. Yeah. So are you two really having sex or what? Can I ask you something? Do you really own a gun? And life is brutal.
Yeah, that's a good one put in this movie. So
yeah,
my score, I'll go first, is a 3.6.
Holy shit, I really do have 7 pages. All right, anyway, continue.
3.6. Without Matt Damon, this could have been a below 3. But
I'm right on the same page. I'm gonna give it 3.5. I really think they took like 20 minutes out of this fucking movie.
Take a shot.
Easily.
Take a shot, because that's part of the game. If we're off,
if you're listening right now, it is take a shot time. We are 1 point apart. That is shot time. Shot.
No, I'm sorry,
everybody.
It's actually finish your drink. So
is that finish your drink?
Yeah, I think so. Well, let's ask Jeff. He'll know. Yeah. I
cannot post a picture, can I?
No.
Nope. I'm trying to see if I could post a picture, but I can't.
So there was this movie wasn't perfect. It wasn't in it. It's rubbed me the wrong way. But like I said, without Matt Damon in it, not even worth watching. So
no, it's all about Matt Damon. Matt Damon made this movie.
So
I mean, I don't know if he even took money for this movie, and who cares? He made it though.
Yeah, so do you want to go ahead and guess the audience score on this? And we're on Rotten Tomatoes, guys. For your first time listening to, we have movies 0 through 5. And we also have Neil. You get the Rotten Tomatoes score because he doesn't check Rotten Tomatoes, but I do. And so, guess the audience score for this movie. Come on.
53%.
72%.
Oh, wow, they're much higher.
Audience
Must
says,
have been a lot of Oklahomians.
Audience says, Stillwater's slow pace and inconclusive ending are outweighed by impressive acting and a suspenseful story. Now, what is the critic score on this?
62.
75.
Oh, they went higher.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah. Critics' consensus is Stillwater isn't perfect, but its thoughtful approach to intelligent themes and strong performances from its leads give this timely drama a steadily building power. Okay. But yeah, that's Stillwater. And I think that's all we really have to say about it. You got news, pal?
Oh, man, are we already there?
Yeah, we're already news. You told me to get through this because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Suicide Squad.
I guess I got some news. I'll look some up real quick. This is the Movies Don't Suck and Some They Do news segment. I will talk to Chris about news. He'll make it feel happy and joyful, and then we'll stab each other.
Stab each other?
Home sweet home.
Okay.
Home sweet home.
What is home sweet home?
Oh, wait. Let's add another word to that. Home Sweet Home Alone is the name of the reboot of the new Home Alone movie that will be on Disney Plus as in November.
Okay. Who's Zachary Butler? About do you know who Zachary Butler is?
No, I have no idea who he is.
Hey, Zach. Thanks for listening. But
he was there. I think he took off already.
Okay.
Because he was asking a question about Suicide Squad. But anyway, yes, Home Sweet Home Alone will be on Disney Plus this November 12th on Disney Plus, and it is the reboot of the Home Alone series.
Okay. I don't know about this. I really don't. I don't know about rebooting it.
Ellie Kemper, Rob Daniel, Archie Yates, Ashley B, Kenan Thomas, Tim Simmons, Pete Holmes, Devin Rucci, Ali Maki, and Chris Parnell are part of this crew.
I can do that. I'm okay with that.
Kenan Thomas,
Kenan Thompson.
That's my boy.
Wait, Kenan Thompson, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said Thomas, but okay. But yeah, okay. I mean, I'm reticent to be excited about it until I see the actual writing, directing part of it.
Well, we're gonna review it. You know it, right?
Yeah.
We gotta review it because it's your favorite Christmas movie of all time. Mm-hmm. We gotta review it.
Yeah, we do.
Here's a happy thing for everybody that loves our good old boy Ryan Reynolds. He has guaranteed with an 80% chance that Deadpool 3 will start filming at the beginning of 2022.
Cool. I mean, I like both of the Deadpools, so I'm stoked on that. I really am.
Yeah, and it just matters how much leniency is the good old boys at Disney going to give him. Are they going to allow him to be R-rated? Are they going to allow him to be Deadpool?
They're going to allow him to be. If they don't, the people are just lose their fucking mind, like me. I mean, they're going to allow it. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. Because that's part of Deadpool's appeal is his shit. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that he does. So
I'm happy. I love Deadpool. Deadpool's a good thing, and I love anything that Christopher. I said Christopher. I said your name. I don't know why I said your name. Anything Ryan Reynolds does. Hunger Games prequel movie to start filming in the first half of 2022 as well. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the Ballad, of Songbirds and Snake, is confirmed planning production in early 2022 as well.
Fucking snore. Don't care. I've had enough.
Dude, the Hunger Games are awesome.
Yeah, but we don't need a prequel for it at all. At all. We don't need to.
Yeah, we do.
Do we need to talk about?
I want to know.
Dude, the first three things we talked about today are Home Alone reboot, Deadpool sequel, and then a prequel to the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not the one that makes the news.
All right.
You ever heard of Clancy Brown? How about that? Does this make you happy? Do you know Clancy Brown?
Give me a crash course on Clancy Brown real quick.
Clancy Brown is the guy who does the voice for Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay.
He did Brother Justin on the TV show Carnival, and he was the second Highlander in the movie Highlander 2.
Okay, what about Clancy Brown?
Clancy Brown has just joined the cast of John Wick 4.
I was hoping they'd have the cast put together.
Oh, and he also did the voice of Lex Luthor in all of anything animated that Lex Luthor has ever been in.
Okay, whatever. I mean, sure, Clancy. We look forward to seeing you in John Wick 4.
Oh, he's also the lead villain in the new Dexter coming out too.
Oh, nice. Okay,
yeah, so I love Clancy Brown. He's one of my favorite bad guy
voice actor guys
ever.
Okay.
Bam Margera, do you know who that guy is?
Yeah, I know who Bam Margera
is suing Paramount, MTV, and Johnny Knoxville and others over the Jackass 4 firing.
That shit's gonna be dismissed. But they had agreement saying, hey, Dave, if you're gonna be in this movie, you're gonna be sober, and he didn't do it. So fuck him.
He has 5 attorneys.
Yeah, 5 attorneys, and they're gonna dismiss the case. Mark my words. So, Bam may have 5 attorneys, but
no,
MTV
the lawyers are even like. I mean, let's be honest. Bam Margera is the person that created Jackass.
No, it's Johnny Knoxville.
100%.
It's 100% Johnny Knoxville.
We do
not need.
Knoxville did Can't Kill Yourself. He did CKY a decade before Jackass.
Right, but
come on now.
But Jackass, Johnny Knoxville.
Come on now.
Johnny Knoxville.
Do you also believe the vaccine doesn't work?
No, fuck you. And by the way, this is gonna be we don't need Bam Margera to make a good Jackass, and we'll know that when we see Jackass Forever in October.
No, but it's his idea. If you tell me Jackass was not stolen from CKY, what was Johnny Knoxville doing when CKY was doing?
He was shooting himself in the chest with a gun using a bulletproof vest. He was part of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was on Jackass, right?
No, it wasn't on Jackass.
10 years.
It was before Jackass, dude.
Kill yourself.
It was 10 years before Jackass, dude.
No, I don't believe it. I believe 100% Can't Kill Yourself is the reason Jackass exists.
But are you thinking that
we can look later? I don't think.
Wait. Are you on Bam's side for some reason? I don't get it. And by the way, Jackass was created by Johnny Knoxville. By the way, Jackass is created by Johnny Knoxville, Spike Jonze, and Jeff Jermaine. Doesn't mention anything about Bam being creator of it. Bam was part of it for sure, and he was a good reason why it worked a lot of the time. But he fucked up.
No, I know he fucked up, but if you do not think the video that came out in 1996 called CKY.
I know what CKY is, dude. I know what CKY is.
Well, I mean, only skaters do, so I know you never were a skater. Or
fuck
punk,
you, I was a
so
skater. I was a fucking skater.
Whatever, you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely I was.
Do an alley-oop for me right now.
I can do an ollie. I'm not anymore. I'm sad as fuck. But
Anyway.
but I was a skater. Okay, I know all this shit. I listen to skate punk still. So like,
All right.
So I mean, you can say I do not know, but I fucking do know. I know what CKY
Yeah, so
is.
then you know that Camp Kill Yourself, Johnny Knoxville saw it. He started doing stunts because of Camp Kill Yourself.
Before that.
Yes.
Are we really going to argue about this? Are we really going to argue about
saw
this?
it in interviews. Why are you fighting with me on this?
Why are you fighting me on this?
I've literally seen Johnny Knoxville admit to it.
You want... I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fake news. Anyway, we'll move on. Anyway, let's go on a happy note.
Really quick.
Pig.
Really quick.
Is now. No. We're done. We're done.
Okay.
We're done. We're done. No. Stop. Nobody wants to hear us argue. It's not a thing. We're friends. We're not enemies.
Okay.
All right. Nicolas Cage's highest rated live action movie of all time is now Pig.
Good. Pig's amazing. I love Pig.
On Rotten Tomato, it has now got a 97% certified fresh, which is above Red Rock West at 95%, Moonstruck at 94%, and Face Off at 92%. And is tied with his other movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where he plays Spider-Man Noir. But, I mean, let's be honest, he did like 5 seconds.
Give Nick Cage the Oscar already. I'm ready for it. Give Nick Cage the Oscar already. He was amazing in Pig.
No, dude, he fell in love with the pig. The Scorpion King is getting a reboot.
Who's going to be the king of the Scorpions this time?
It doesn't say yet.
Well, they could probably bring back fucking The Rock for this.
And The Rock is just going to be a producer.
Oh, just like, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
They said they got a first draft, and we've done a lot of polishing on it. We love the beloved franchise and allude to entire world, including Scorpion King and the Mummy. We know everybody loves it. Emily Blunt.
Wait, are you not segueing
groundbreaking?
Are you not segueing into anything about Brendan Fraser?
I will get there, dude.
Well,
just chill the fuck out.
Perfect segue.
Will you just chill the fuck out and let me do the way I'm doing things? Why do you keep on jumping all down my neck today?
Sorry.
What the fuck did I do to you?
Nothing, dude. Sorry.
All right. Damn. On that note.
Oh, you're gonna crack another beer, okay? Drink it. Swallow it.
The foam went over.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's super excited about the dead air. I'll be cutting that out, by the way, the dead air, but
no, don't cut that out. I love it.
Fine.
Emily Blunt to play groundbreaking detective Kate Warren in a film produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay. That's why I had it segue, you butthole, from one movie of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to another movie.
All right,
son of a bitch. Anyway, sometimes I really have reasons I do the order I go. Anyway,
I'm ready.
Her main name might be knowingly Mo, but Warren's impact was huge. A real-world Sherlock Holmes. She succeeded famous Pinkerton Detective Agency in the 1860s in the male-dominated industry. If you have not seen interviews with The Rock and Emily Blunt for the Jungle Cruise press, like on YouTube or anything like that, literally go. Those two love each other.
Yeah, they have a great time.
Michael Keaton and Stanley Tucci? Is that how you spell it?
It's Tucci.
Tucci star in Netflix's 9/11 drama picture. The official Worth is the name of the movie, called Worth. Biological drama centering around the events of the horrendous 9/11 terrorist attacks. It will be out Friday, September 3rd. I'm looking forward to it. It's Michael Keaton.
In time for the 20th anniversary of the attacks.
Of 9/11. Yep. Real Steel. Do you remember Real Steel?
Yeah, I do remember Real Steel. That's Hugh Jackman, right?
Right? Getting a sequel.
Do we need a sequel for Real Steel?
Yeah, I mean, it's Hugh Jackman. Anytime you get to put Hugh Jackman on the screen. No, you want to talk about sequels we don't need? Here's the next piece of news. Are you ready for this? Brian May of the band Queen is looking at ideas for Bohemian Rhapsody Part tit.
Who gives a fuck, really? Like, we don't need that. Like, I don't need to see Adam Lambert, like, doing this shit now. Like, I really don't give a fuck. Everyone cares. The Queen is Freddie Mercury. We don't need to hear Brian May talk about number 2. Don't need it. Don't care. Don't want to see it.
You need a number 2 in your face.
Yeah, I do.
Let's... Oh, shoot. Shit. I did that. Anyway, next is, let's see. We had one more. I had one more that was a really good one, and I really wanted to tell you about it. Besides Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doing Big Trouble in Little China remake, let's see. There's another one I saw that I was like, man, I gotta say that to you. I think you'll love that the most. And then I totally lost it because I do the single file where I put in 27 different news segments. Oh, there we go. Brian, I sent you the video. I have to talk about it for half a second at least. Brandon Fraser completely choked up and didn't understand how much we all missed him in Hollywood.
We do miss him. My wife blames his wife or his ex-wife for cleaning him out during the divorce. Like, what they did is they took the alimony he was owed. They took his what he may earned from the Mummy and used that as the baseline for how much he had to pay. And as you know, after the Mummy, he didn't do that much. You know, so, but he's back, and we love.
Yes,
Brendan.
and he was in an interview, with I can't remember her name, but it was him giving the news about him going to be in the new Scorsese movie with Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Killers of the Flower Moon, and the lady congratulated him and said, "Hey, we're all pulling for you. We all love you."
Yeah.
And he, all choked up with a tear in his eye, said, with his cowboy hat on, "Shucks, ma'am, thank you." And it was adorable.
We love him. We love him. And I do think that.
Yep.
I do think that the internet, the people who have always loved Brendan Fraser, are just waiting to get him back in the movies. He's great. He's we all want to give him a hug. He's the best.
I don't care, man. Man, I'll take another 2 Dudley Do Rights. I don't give a shit. You know. Margot Robbie. Yeah, you know her, right?
I know who Margot Robbie is. I'm not sure who Margot Robbie is.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Okay.
Is gonna be in this weird director. I don't think many people have heard of this director. It's a movie. It's with this director. Tom Hanks is in it. Tilly Sweeten, Bill Murray, Adrian Brody.
So she's doing a Wes Anderson movie?
She's doing the new unnamed Wes Anderson movie.
Well, hey, man. All about it. I haven't seen The French Dispatch yet, and most people haven't. So I'm really hoping that doesn't suck.
Yeah, right. Well, it's Wes Anderson. I'm sure he some movies kind of suck or kind of good. And last but not least, to lead into our Suicide Squad, since we just talked about Robbie, we got to talk about the other main person in Suicide Squad. That would be
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba has just been declared as the voice for Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I'm interested to hear how Knuckles sounds with Idris Elba, because we got
yeah, right.
We got Jean-Ralphio as the guy who does the voice of Sonic, and Knuckles. That was turn time 4th grade for me. Sonic and Knuckles was a big thing, and I'm still
yeah. So I'm at first I was like, I don't know if we need a Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I mean, the whole reason that movie was so good was
it was unexpectedly good, right?
And Jim Carrey, and
I'm sure he'll show up again. He's got.
I'm sure he has to. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
But that's the news. That was movies that don't suck and some of the news. Now, for 30 minutes, we're going to talk about one movie that I've been looking forward to for a year and a half.
If we're lucky, 30 minutes. So,
I mean, I can go longer if you want.
Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad, but the Suicide Squad, directed by the one and only man we love, James Gunn. He's directed things such as both Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He's known for his Troma movies, Romeo and Juliet. He's He's known for, I don't know if you remember Super, but he directed Super, which is a really fucked up movie.
Oh, Super
Slither?
is a great movie. It's
Slither?
It's Slither, another great movie.
And so it's this Suicide Squad is directed and written by James Gunn, which it seems like maybe when they hired him on, they let the studio these little fuck themselves.
Oh, you forgot he was the writer for movie 43.
He was part of a segment of 43, the whole thing. But we'll go through the actors real quick. We got the beautiful, amazing Margot Robbie's the inimitable Harley Quinn.
Well, you know what? If you can come up with $5,000 for a costume for me, then I won't have to make one.
And then we got Idris Elba as Bloodsport.
You betrayed us! You gonna keep planning missions, ways to find Max until you got us all killed? No. Yes! I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. No, you wanted your revenge.
And then also, we got John Cena!
Just going through the laundry. Found these new thongs. You know what I'm going to do with these? Paging Dr. Muff Diver. Dr. Muff Diver, you need in the OR. Immediately.
Yeah, that's good. And then also we got Joel Kinnaman as Colonel Rick Flag. Sorry, John Cena's Peacemaker. Then we got Joel Kinnaman as Colonel Rick Flag.
Now I know why we couldn't get an arrest.
That's good because it really just sounds like a robots fucking. Like that clip is kind of hard to.
I know.
We got Michael Rooker as Savant, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, John
The captain.
Yeah, the captain.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. You guys, people will probably...
Do you even know who you're about to say? What was the name you were about to say before I interrupted?
John Ostrander as Dr. Fitzgibbon.
Do you even know who that is?
No, tell me. Just tell me.
Okay. John Ostrander is the guy who wrote the Suicide Squad comic books in the 1980s.
Oh, so they got him as in the movie. That's cool.
Yeah, he's the one that injects the bombs into the back of their neck.
Let me go through all the people real quick. People will probably lose their mind over Nathan Fillion being in this as TDK because everyone wants him back. G. Courtney's Captain Boomerang, Flula Borg as Javelin, fucking Pete Davidson as Blackguard, and hey, look at this, Sean Gunn, brother James Gunn, plays Weasel. It's got Steve Agee in this, is John Economos, and tons of other people. Why don't you go ahead and read that?
Jennifer Holland.
Yeah, read the storyline real quick.
Supervillains, Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and a collection of nutty cons as Belle Reve Prison join the super secret, super shady Task Force X as they dropped off at the remote enemy-infused island of Kotor Matisse.
I want to mention Daniela Melchior as Ratcatcher 2 and David Dastmalchian as Polka Dot Man. And
there's the two people that should be on that main page too.
And also,
also
Sylvester Stallone as the voice of King Shark.
And I watched interviews. And everybody said when they needed information, you know who's the person they went to?
Yeah.
David.
Oh, David
Polka Dot.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, because he's a huge nerd. He's a huge comic book nerd.
He looks like
he knew it all.
He was a Joker's thug in The Dark Knight, the other best DC movie.
Yeah, and he was also an Ant-Man 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was, wasn't he?
Yeah. Like he's a good dude, man. I love the stuff he plays. This is the Suicide Squad. God, they got it right.
The first one.
That is my best way to say this.
I fucking love this movie. I do. I
do. The first one, let's be honest, I just don't think they knew what the fuck they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't understand exactly how they're going to do this or put it together.
Both you and I cocked an eyebrow when the first one's PG-13 too. We were like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's R, and it went R, and James Gunn was like, if we're R, we're going fucking R.
Yeah.
Like, there's gore, there's jokes that are very, very adult themed. This is not something you take your 5-year-old to. This is literally a badass fucking movie.
If you pay attention, you see some titties, too.
Is there titties in this movie?
You remember they go to that dressing room in the back of the strip club?
Oh, I guess they are. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I was see, that's how much I enjoyed the movie. I didn't even care that there was naked women in it. Like, that's what I'm going to say. I mean, let's be honest. there are several people that totally steal this film. One, that's the reason I named myself it today. King Shark is the dumbest, funniest character in a while. He's like, I am Groot.
And kind of the sweetest. You know?
Yeah. He's like, what's going on? Bird. Stay off the comms, you know? Like,
hand.
You know.
Yes. This.
Hand. Yeah, that's your hand. That's your hand. Peacemaker. That's actually very sweet.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. But against the wall. Like, King Shark is one of the
guys,
don't expect. Go ahead.
There is action from the very start of this movie, really. Like from the first 10 minutes, you'll get an idea what this movie's like, and it doesn't let up. And I was totally on board with it.
If James Gunn could have made Guardians of the Galaxy R-rated, that's what this is. So, this is literally, there's good music in the background.
Oh, the great music in this movie. Great music.
Yeah, great music. On top of that, character development is great. Instead of getting that stupid, like, file crap they did in the first one with the little intro, whatever. And also, I noticed when I watched both of them again, and I went back and watched the other one and watched
Why would
this.
You do that?
Comparison, storyline.
They didn't shoehorn in the Joker when he didn't need to be fucking in it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's one thing. It's like, one, I understand that they were trying to set up who Harley Quinn was in Suicide Squad, and that's why they did it. But then it was kind of like the Harley Quinn Joker movie with the Suicide Squad in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because everyone's waiting for that creep Jared Leto to show up in it. And, I really feel like they could have done the fantabulous celebration of the one Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. I really feel like they could have done that before the Suicide Squad, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, because they got this thing like the full Fast and Furious and the Fast and Furious thing going on. Because apparently this one is a sequel to the first one, right? Even though people are saying it's not a sequel, it's kind of a sequel. No, it's a sequel because you got 3 members of the original Suicide Squad. Yeah. With the Viola Davis.
At the beginning, you got Captain Boomerang, you got Flag, and you got Harley Quinn. Yeah, and then the rest of them are. And I love what they did with this movie. I'm gonna tell you straightforward: don't fall in love with any of these characters because people are gonna die. Yeah. They're all gonna die. Yeah. Someone's gonna die. They're all gonna die. The ones that you're gonna love.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's very tough.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, the comic book is that way because there's supposed to be writable characters that you can write off. Like one of the characters that was going to be in this movie, but then they decided not to, is like Condiment King. A bad guy that literally shoots mustard and ketchup at people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, that's why there's a guy like Polka Dot Man. There's why that's why you haven't heard of these people before, because literally these are characters that are expendable.
Yeah. And the thing is about Idris Elba and John Cena, they do some. I mean, everyone in this movie does great ass kicking, and that's why you see me like this. You want to see asses get kicked. You want to see it's James Gunn. You're going to see skulls exploded. You're going to see all kinds of amazing, ultra violent stuff. And
somebody gets their head cut off in half, and you see their brain.
Yeah, you want to see that in a PG-13 film, and here's the interesting thing. DC was like, they're like, James Gunn, we need you over here to basically make a Marvel movie as a DC movie because this movie is fucking hilarious. It is.
Yeah, this is James Gunn. This is, like I said, this is Guardians of the Galaxy R-rated.
Yeah,
that's the best way to put it.
And it's hilarious. This is what I mean. DC needed, because to me, and I'm going to say this right now, this is my favorite DC movie. A list of the DCEU. This beats I don't care to say. This is better than Justice League, head and shoulders, but better even than Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is head and shoulders above that.
This is the best DC movie that they've put out fucking by far in this universe I got going right now.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I think is going to be able to top this will be the new Flash movie because of everything that's going to be jammed in it.
Who's directing it?
The Flash movie?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I just know that Michael Keaton's going to be in it as Batman.
And Ben Affleck and...
Are you looking it up right now? Is it in the Flash movie?
Yeah, I'm looking at. Yeah, of course I'm looking it up. Ben Affleck. Let's see. Oh, there's so many people in that fucking movie. They're not even joking around.
Who's directing it?
I'm getting to it. Andy Muschietti.
Okay. All right.
I'm looking to see who he is. He directed Mama.
Okay. Okay.
It.
Okay. So
It Part 2.
So they're going a little bit more serious with the Flash movie, which is fine. Yeah, hopefully
who knows? Attack on Titan. Who's doing Attack on Titan?
Are they doing a lot? They're doing a live action one, I think, with that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Suicide Squad. Let's talk about this awesomeness of a movie that is. Well, actually, let's do this. I'll go ahead and just give the quotes. Let's give a rating. Let's get it done and over with because I want to jump into some of this stuff.
Sure.
That I cannot talk about without ruining it.
Okay.
And there's so many flies in the state right now. It's not even my house.
No,
it's everywhere.
I know, dude. Like I've been seeing them run in front of my screen over here, trying to clap them out of the air. It's stupid.
All right, here are quotes. I'll do anything to get out of this hellhole. Well, welcome to anything. Sorry, I'm late. I had to go number 2. Wait a minute. Your name is letters? All names are letters, dickhead. We have a deal, right? I'm the one you called? I'm no fucking leader. Then I will make you one. So smart, me. Enjoy book so much. I'm not shaking that rat's hand. Starfish is a slang term for butthole. Any connection? I decided you should eat a big bag of dicks. You're in your underwear, your tidy whities. Nothing like a bloodbath to start the day. No one likes a show off. Well, unless that show off is dope as fuck.
Yeah. I laughed so hard at that.
I turned them all into my mother in my head, and then I killed them. Whatever you Mario Kart D-bags are called. This coming from someone who wears a toilet seat on their head. What's with the javelin waiting for God to tell me? Jesus Christ. Or him. It doesn't matter. Any of them, really. Been torturing me for 30 years. And he's... I don't know what it says. Anyway. Yankee fucking doodle dandy. I can be your friend, Milton. I can be your friend. She's getting back at us by saddling us with this douchebag. And that's it. That's all the quotes.
Yeah, well,
give me a rating. I want to hear it.
Oh, my rating's 4.4 in this, dude. Like it's
4.5. I'm one above you. Another shot for everybody at home.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude. Love this movie. Favorite DC movie in years.
Before we give away anything about it, let's do our Rotten Tomatoes score thing. This is strange. Mm-hmm. What's the audience score on this?
95.
84.
84.
There were some people who were downvoting this because of Justice League love. There were a few people that were so that I'm sure the audience score has to do with the people piling on it. Even though fucking your boy was a producer on this, Zack Snyder was a producer on this movie, but the people still shit on this one. I don't know why. Anyway, the audience says story isn't amazing, but the over-the-top action and sometimes literally side-splitting gags make this Suicide Squad a major improvement. So what's the critic score on this?
95.
91.
Ah, it's close.
Critics' consensus is, enlivened by the writer-director James Gunn's singularly skewed vision, The Suicide Squad marks a funny, fast-paced rebound that plays to the source material's violent, anarchic strengths. And yeah, this movie is wild. This also is not for... I can see a lot of film snobs not liking this movie. But you and I, we love violence, and we love video games. And this helps us in our quest to get the faithful representation of the thing we wanted from this movie out of it. Because when you hear the concept, this is what it should have been right away, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, this movie's hilarious, and we both like it. And now we're gonna give listeners a good 10-second chance to step away, not listen to the rest of the episode, because we're gonna spoil.
I'm about to ruin the fuck out of this movie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna blow this open like a goddamn atomic bomb. All right, I'm gonna tell you stuff that you want to hear, you don't want to hear, and stuff that's not even in the fucking movie, because I know all these characters, even the characters that were in the background.
So we're gonna give you a 10-second head start.
10 second?
Yeah, 10. Well, how many?
Now?
1, 2.
What about now?
2, 4.
I can just look at the timer, man. I don't need
okay,
to
just
say,
do it. Okay, starting
10
now.
seconds. Oh, now? Now we're starting? Not the 10 seconds ago that we already started. Now you want to start this 10 seconds now.
And let's go. What's up? What's the first thing you want to say about this? We're spoiling.
All right. There are so many people in this fucking goddamn show. Did you notice that Sean Gunn? Yeah, Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, was not only Weasel, but he was at a different part in the movie too.
It was what was he? Something Calendar?
Calendar Man. Yeah, he was Calendar Man.
Yeah, that's right. Calendar
Man in the background, and Nodek, and also Kaleidoscope. I can't remember her name off the top of my head now. But they were all in that scene when they were going through the prison with all the above. Now let's see. Going through a lot of this. The doctor, I already stated this earlier. The doctor earlier that was putting the bombs in their neck was John Armstrong, the writer of Suicide Squad in the 80s. Blackguard, who was played by Pete Davidson, that is actually a villain from Booster Gold.
Did you expect
Booster Gold is?
Did you expect him to die within the first 10 minutes of the movie?
No, I didn't expect any of that shit. I thought they were gonna give it like a good while, and then like they all die throughout the mission.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know they were all gonna die 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Javelin, he died in the Suicide Squad comics, pretty much the same exact way, like right off the back. King Shark is originally he started in Superboy number 8. The Superboy. Remember when they did the Return of Superman?
Yeah.
When Superman had the mullet. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
The Superboy that had the little jean jacket that was part of that was a clone of Superman. When he got his own comic book series, that's where King Shark was developed and started.
King Shark is he's gonna get his own show. I mean, people want their own show. Just
oh my gosh, everybody loves King Shark right now. I don't know if Sly is gonna do it, but Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Polka Dot Man, who is a big part of this movie, is a Batman villain. He's like a one-off from the 1970s, dude. He is not a popular villain by any means. He's not Riddler. He's not Joker. He's just a one-off. Here's the funny part. TDK, good old Nathan Fillion, was 100% made for this movie.
Oh, really?
He is not a comic book character. I could not find any references on him whatsoever.
And I'm sure they're like, Nathan, you want to part in the Suicide Squad? I was like, absolutely, I do. So,
all right. So here's some big spoilers. That was about the characters. Here's some stuff.
Oh, I want to mention,
just
want to mention the Thinker, the big villain in this. If you guys didn't recognize him, it's Peter Capaldi. Former Doctor.
Yeah. Doctor Who.
Yep.
The last Doctor, right?
Yep.
Second to last Doctor. Second to last Doctor.
Yeah. 2 Doctors ago.
Live Fast, Die Clown. The back of Harley Quinn's jacket was to make it, to counteract the property of Joker jacket in the first Suicide Squad. Blackguard turning on them is actually something that happens in almost every Suicide Squad comic. Not just Blackguard himself, but there's always one of the villains that thinks they're smarter than Amanda Waller, and they're not, but they always try to, make their way. So that is a common thing that happens in all the comics. All right. So the island that they are on is from Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, it is?
The comic book.
Okay.
The comic book.
Yeah, okay.
It's where Superman goes to destroy communism, and then freaking Batman comes there and beats up Superman, in his big outfit and all that stuff. And it's also the island. Do you remember this? Now this is cool. Remember in '89 Batman, when Michael Keaton's talking to Vicky Vale, and he said that you've done photos. I saw your stuff you did at Cortos Maltese.
Oh, shit.
That's the same island that was in '89 Batman.
That's cool.
So that's thing. The name of the island, the place that they went where all the stuff is, Jathanhalum. I can't pronounce it. Jathan, where Starro was.
Tell me to spell it. I don't know.
Jothaenh. They spell it right on the screen for you, right before they're there.
Okay, well,
Janthalim or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, that was a Nazi base. The first SS mission in comics in DC Comics was in that base. And here you go. You ready for this?
Yeah.
In the comics, Flag dies at that same place too.
Dude, you have no clue how much that hurt me, by the way.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
There's two deaths that really hurt in this movie, and I'm going to tell you both of them right now. It was one Flag and the other Polka Dot Man.
Those are the ones that hit me the hardest.
By the end of the movie.
I would have disavowed this movie. Sebastian died, by the way. Like, fuck this movie.
Now, that island they went to is where the first mission of Suicide Squad ever was.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
In the comic books. The character, the enemy they fight, Starro the Conqueror, as they say in this movie. Starro is the first villain the Justice League ever fought. The first Justice League comic book ever is, and you can go look it up online, is this Justice League fighting Starro.
Okay.
So that's where they got the character Starro from.
Well, so they killed him a different way in that, right?
Yeah, and there's that. Peacemaker was never, until recently, in the recent comic books, was never a member of the Suicide Squad. He was a part of another squad, which was another Task Force X squad called Checkmate.
Yeah, and I mean, John Cena is amazing in this, so he was great in this. Like, God damn, I can't say enough good things about this movie.
No. Thinker was originally an SS member.
Okay.
Of the Nazis.
Yeah.
Colonel Flag is actually wearing the yellow shirts that he actually wears in the comics. That's what he actually wears. Like in the first Suicide Squad, he was always in military gear.
Yeah.
The yellow shirt he wears at one point in the movie, he has a bunny on it, and it has Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Like WB, but not Warner Brothers, but it says WB. And the red cape indicated Brightburn, and the saying on it is in Latin, but means it says in Latin, obstacles are opportunities. Basically saying, fuck you, Marvel, for not allowing me to do what I wanted to do. Polka Dot's issues is based off of Norman Bates.
Yeah.
Where he always pictures his mom and everything.
They did call him Norman Bates in the movie.
Right. Mantis from Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the strippers dancing at the bar.
I should pay close attention to that. See,
yeah. Then Lloyd Kaufman, the director, is in the strip bar as well, and he makes a cameo. The director from Toxic Avenger and all the Trauma films.
Okay, yeah.
And then of course the greatest one of the greatest directors of all time, makes a cameo in there as well. Mr. Taika Waititi.
Taika. We figured that out last week. Yeah, he was in it. Yeah, I didn't really see him until recently, the very end. Like, you're like, oh, that's who that is.
And man, I really have everybody's origin. You know, Bloodsports from Superman Volume 2, number 4. He really did shoot Superman with a kryptonite bullet, and that's how he became the dude he is. Brian Dunnan is a spoiled millionaire, moves to Gotham, wants to be Batman, but he can't. That's Savant. That's a character played by Michael Rourke. He was a Batman character. Polka Dot Man, Detective Comics number 300. Change items. Yeah, I mean, Javelin is a German Adtel, joined the SS after losing to Green Lantern. Joined the Suicide Squad after Green Lantern. Ratcatcher 2, if the guy is a made-up character. Ratcatcher 1 is a character, not Ratcatcher Wound. King Shark is, yes, the shark, the son of a shark god. He has super abilities, regeneration, and he is now a major player in the New 52, or was in the New 52. Peacemaker, he was in Fighting number 5, number 40, that came out in the 40s, dude. That fucking comic came out in the goddamn 40s, and he was not anything for years. But he was in Charlton Comics, and then DC bought Charlton Comics in like the late 40s, early 50s, and that's where he came off. TDK was based off of a guy called Arm Fall Off Boy that could sever his limbs, but he was only in one comic book ever. Thinker, villain. Thinker in the original Suicide Squad comic book, and you'll like this one. Weasel kills him.
Oh.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And then Blackguard, Richard Hertz, dies in the comic by getting his head squeezed off. Weasel, Fury of Firestorm number 35 was his first one, and he is actually an intelligent student that cheats to get ahead and was originally a mask, and then he got mutated into the Weasel. And then Mongol, the girl, daughter of Mongol, the Elder, which was War World, and he was in The Death of Superman, Return of Superman. That's all the geeky facts I have. And if you want to ruin anything else, go for it. We're here in the spoiler zone.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's so much going on in this movie. I've read
so much, and I loved it.
I was enjoying myself the whole time. I mentioned that I fell asleep during the original Suicide Squad. I don't fall asleep during movies. I fell asleep during Man of Steel. Like, again, I don't fall asleep in movies. And this one, I mean, it brought everything back that we needed for DC at the very least. Like, and that's the only problem, is that it's a Marvel movie in the DC universe. You know what I mean? Like, this is a Marvel style movie when it comes to the humor and the action and the not the dark cloud that's over all other DC movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was fun, exciting. This was I love that James Gunn said, "Fuck it, let's kill people right off the bat."
It's a shit ton.
I love the fact that he did that.
Shit ton of fun in this movie. Like I had fun the whole time. You don't get that a lot with Marvel movies or DC movies.
No.
You don't get that fun part of it, and that's what we need when you're doing, like, when you have superheroes that do ridiculous shit. You need to have a little bit of levity in it. You know, like so. I was
like, all right, there's a series coming out called Why the Last Man, where he's literally the last man on Earth, and it's all females in the entire globe.
Oh yeah.
That comic book is actually kind of a serious, storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That I can understand being a serious movie. But when you got someone named Polka Dot Man,
yeah,
or if you got Superman or something like, okay, I understand making Batman movies dark. I get Batman because he's the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He's from Gotham City,
yeah,
the grungy city. But when you make Superman movies where he's supposed to be the symbol, his literally symbol is not an S, it's a symbol for hope. It's supposed to be sunshine and butterflies, except for when
and he's wearing red underpants. You know what I mean? Over his tights. You know, like yeah. So when you have silliness, you need to, you can't. I understand that people look at me like, oh, but James Gunn has the right idea to make something cool, but also funny and get the action in there. It's just how it's done.
And let's be honest, like, 70s Superman just came out and said, this is Superman.
Yeah.
And they did exactly Superman's story. And guess what? One of the highest rated fucking comic book movies of all time. Why? Why did you change from that? You know? Why did you make Superman Quest for Peace #4? You know?
So it's strange that it took this long for them to get it right. You know, for a DC movie to get it right.
And the only reason I think DC got it right was because they literally told James Gunn he can do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they're like, do what you do. They're like, do what you do.
Because Marvel fired him over some tweets he did years ago, and he apologized for him. And it's like, hey, look, you know.
I mean, he was a trauma director. Of course, he's gonna say some crazy outlandish shit. You know. So, yeah, I was stoked about this movie.
You know. I was stoked.
How many times have you watched it?
4.
See, I watched it the first time actually last night. So.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I watched it the day of. We watched it the next morning. I watched it. No, the day after, because I was working an event. The day after I watched it, Sunday I watched it. I put it on going to bed at Monday night. I watched it yesterday. Was last time I watched it. Yeah, and I had it on for a little bit today, but I wasn't really watching it.
Yeah, and
so it'd be like 4.5, I guess.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, and if you guys don't like DC movies, this is the movie to change your mind about at least one DC movie, right? Because it beats the fuck.
If you think this is great. This was, I mean, there's so many more facts about this movie too. Like Dave Bautista was originally supposed to play Peacemaker.
I would have supported that, but John Cena is just as good.
But he went off to do Army of the Dead for Zack Snyder instead.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do? Do you think that Peacemaker will show up in the next Suicide Squad movie?
Who? Peacemaker?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do another Suicide Squad movie. Well, like when it comes to Marvel, and you say, hey, is this person going to show up in the next Ant-Man, the next Captain America, the next, whatever?
The answer is yes.
I'll be like, I don't know, man. I don't know where they're going, but yeah, more than likely they might, and because I know there's going to be another sequel. Yeah. I know there's going to follow kind of a timeline of what everything's going on in the world. But with DC, I have no fucking idea what they have planned.
They have a shuffled. Yeah, they've had to change their plans for sure because of the movies they have been making that aren't up to snuff. You know what I mean? This one's definitely up to snuff.
They haven't even touched half the shit they've done. Like, I know they're doing Dr. Fate with Pierce Bronson, one of my favorite fucking comic book guys. But there's other comic book dudes they could do. Constantine could be remade or rebooted.
Do you think if they did another Constantine, that they should do Keanu Reeves as a character, as the main character?
Man, I really like Matt Ryan as Constantine, but yeah, Keanu Reeves can do whatever the fuck he wants to.
I think that movie doesn't get the credit it deserves. A lot of people talk shit on it, but I still like that movie.
I fucking watched it like just the other week, dude. Yeah. It's on HBO Max still.
Yeah.
Another one character I think everybody would love if they just did it right is if they did a character called The Question. And Steve Ditko did the Question. Steve Ditko is one of the greatest comic book artists of all time. And it is literally a guy with a blank face that goes around finding conspiracies and finding out the truth behind conspiracies.
Yeah.
In the animated series Justice League Unlimited, there's like a 3 or 4 part episodes in a row where he's like showing how like boy bands are the reason like nuclear wars are going to happen, and like like it's like got this whole, and it's like that makes a lot of fucking sense the way he's talking about it. But I feel like we're good, man. I feel like that was a good episode. Let's wrap her up.
All right, so you visit online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We have Patreon, patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. So it's 2 shekels and extra content. If you If you want to buy merchandise from us, go to bonfire.com, search our name, movies don't suck and something to do. You'll find all kinds of shit. We're on all streaming platforms. You watch us on YouTube, go and subscribe. You watch us on Facebook. Go ahead and like that page. And we're everywhere where you find podcasts.
And if you have a small business, remember, if you have a small business, email us, message us, let us know. We'll be more than happy to advertise that business at the start of our podcast like we do every week, just because we want small businesses to succeed in the world, because the backbone of America is small businesses. So let us know. We will not charge you, but we will take free stuff. We love free stuff.
We love free stuff.
We'll
take anything you want to give.
We love
really.
free stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take anything you want to give, even if it's stuff that makes no sense and why you want to give us. That's it. Let's wrap it up. Hit that music. Well, that's another episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, anytime you're around Stillwater, Oklahoma, remember, if the night's not going well, you could just commit suicide with the rest of the squad in the back of the forest, drinking Bud Light and smoking reefer. Have a good night.